April 30th, 2024, and it's Tuesday, 7:37 a.m. in the morning. And I'm going to be calling United States District Court notice to appear. Central Violation Bureau. The number is 1-800-827-2982.
Hello, and welcome to the Central Violations Bureau. The hours of operation are Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time, except federal holidays. If you would like to make a payment online by credit or debit card, please visit our website at www.cvb.uscourts.gov. Si desea instrucciones en español, oprima el número 1. If you know the extension of the person you are trying to reach, you may dial it at any time. If you need information concerning when your payment is due, press 2. If you need information concerning how to contest a violation, press 3. If you desire case information to verify that a payment has been received or the date the violation has been scheduled, press 4. If you would like to change your mailing address, press 5. If you would like to hear instructions on how to reschedule your court date, press 7. To hear this menu again, press 8. If you would like to appear in court to contest your violation, do not pay it prior to appearing in court. If the officer has not provided a court date to you, a notice to appear will be mailed to the address written on the violation notice within 4 to 6 days. This notice will inform you of your appearance date, time, and place. If you would like to provide any documentation to the court for consideration prior to your court appearance, send the documentation to Central Violations Bureau, P.O. Box 780549, San Antonio, Texas 78278. If you are providing documentation within 3 weeks of your court date, do not mail it. Bring the documentation with you to your court appearance. Please include your name, violation notice number, and daytime phone number with area code in your correspondence. If you fail to pay the collateral due or appear in court at the date and time scheduled for you, the United States District Court may issue a summons ordering you to appear or issue a warrant for your arrest. If you are charged with a motor vehicle violation, the court may also report your noncompliance to the Department of Motor Vehicles of your state, which may affect your driving or registration privileges. Please press 3 to hear these instructions again. This call may be monitored or recorded to ensure quality of service. Transferring to a representative. This call may be monitored or recorded to ensure quality of service. Transferring to a representative. Central Violations, this is Dorothy. How may I help you?
Yes, hi, Dorothy. I have a recording line. I'm calling because I got a letter in the mail. It says, should I give you, I don't know, it doesn't have a case number or anything, it doesn't have a case number in here. So what do I start with so you could look up?
You received the letter. What's the heading of the letter?
It says United States District Court notice to appear, and then it says violation number E.
Okay. I need the violation number.
It's E1926064.
And your name?
My name is Evelia Gil Villalobos. They didn't spell my Villalobos correctly, but anyways, yeah, that's my
And
name.
how can I,
Well, you
how
see
can I
here,
help you?
yeah, I don't understand. There's not a case number in this, and it says a violation notice issued to you personally or placed on your vehicle. I have a good license, so I don't have I'm 53 years old and I don't ever had one ticket, a speeding ticket, or running a light, nothing. I have a clean driver's license. So I'm not getting what this is about or why was this sent to me. I don't even have a,
Can I explain?
yeah, sure.
Can I explain this a minute? Okay, thank you. So, this was issued March 11th of 2024, and it says it was at 2525 Capitol Street in Fresno, California, for not, I guess, complying with signs and directions. And I'll read to you what the officer has put. They received a distress call from the Denver Mega Center regarding a duress alarm activation at building, choose the address I gave you, 2525 Capitol Street in Fresno, California. Upon their immediate arrival, they heard a female screaming loudly, screaming from inside the building. So it's more like just not complying with the rules and regulations of that building. There's several violations that were issued.
Okay, so
not just
can
the
I,
one.
okay, I'm gonna explain now. What happened, well, everything was recorded. We're asking now for the recording because the security guy, he damaged my hand. First we got there, he went and grabbed my phones without my permission. You know, he told us to put everything on the box. So me and my husband did, and my daughter was with us, and she's 10 years old. So when we put everything in the box, you know, he went and grabbed my phone without my permission, without my asking, it'll be on the board. He did, and he seen I was recording, and he seen my other device, and he goes, "Oh, it's okay, you can record." So he told me that it was okay. So so then we just told him, okay. So we just walked inside, you know, with the only thing we were there is to submit papers. We didn't want to talk to the IRS. We wanted to reply them to a letter because they keep on placing us like if we're in two different addresses, plus other stuff that we put in that letter. And it always comes from the Fresno IRS. It doesn't come from Sacramento. It doesn't come even from Bakersfield where we reside. So, you know, my husband, you know, he's more talks me. I have my voice is always loud. I always had a very loud voice. It's not, you know, they can't discriminate against me because of my voice. My voice is very loud. If you see all the stuff that I have accomplished, you'll be even the judge or anybody of my kids and what I have done. So it's not that my voice. They make it seem about my voice, which I didn't do anything. It's all in the recording. So when we came in, you know, my husband was asking, you know, we want to submit this. Is this, you know, my husband asked them, is this paper coming from you guys? She's like, yes. And my husband says, well, how come it doesn't have an address? Like, she goes, yeah, it's ours, but there's nobody there. And she goes, okay, my husband told her, we just want to submit these papers, and can you just place that you receive it? And the only reason we wanted, because you know very clearly as you work at the court that, you know, I could submit something, but you always want proof that I submitted that they could look it over and say received. We have done it in the past. It's not the first time that they have, you know, it wasn't in that place. I never been to that place. It was our very first time. We've been to the one in Sacramento. They received it, and that was it. And it's stamped it received. They never deny us of not receiving it or anything. So then the clerk goes, no, we're not going to. She said it's all there that she's not going to receive our paperwork. And we're like, can you get the manager? My husband is very calm, quiet. He's not, you know, he's been working for many years. So then when my husband went and, you know, we sat down, there was a lady before, you know, when they came back, I said, let that lady go. There was a lady in one booth and then a lady that was going up and I don't know, whatever she talked to them about. And she left, and then the lady that was in the booth left as well. You know, she was gone. So then after she was gone, you know, the manager comes. When the manager comes with the lady, the clerk lady, she has her badge covered up. And I'm like, hey, you know, your badge is covered up. What's your name, you know? And I was asking them before, don't you guys have business cards? Because I wanted to know who's keeps on sending us in two different addresses when we have filed our taxes in the same address as married. I've been married to my husband for 28 years. I just have never changed my last name. That's about it. So we were, you know, so she's like, no, we're not going to receive your paperwork. They refused to receive, even just to receive the paperwork. Just to receive the paperwork. Because, you know, under 18 UC, you can't 242, you can't deprive me of my rights of color. You can't. I was there just for that because they sent me something and I was replying to them. My husband works really hard. He can't just leave out of work. And my daughter is home. She's only 10 and she's home, you know, she's independent learning. And if you see all her grades, you'll be like, oh, and how well she's taught. I have a 33-year-old son. God gave us this other daughter. And if you see their education, no, I'm just as strong and I talk the way I talk. Even when I'm having fun. So then after that, my husband, after that, she's like, they're denying us. And then they just walk away from us. So I told my husband, you know, step out, you know, he goes, come on, let's leave. And I said, okay, yeah, step out with my, you know, I said, okay, let me just record that there's nobody in here. Because she said, make an appointment. And we're like, no, we don't want to make an appointment. We just want to submit this because we were asking them questions as to where did they got this, that I live there, and where's the rest of our taxes that, you know, were submitted. You know, our refund.
And that's probably why she asked you to make an appointment, because those are questions that she doesn't have answers.
No, you see, but my point is.
At any rate, so you are aware of the violation, you know what it is for. That's
no, I don't know what the violation is for. Because it says one thing.
You know, because I explained it to you.
No, but that doesn't.
Telling your story.
Yeah, but that doesn't, it still doesn't. Because you see, what happened after that, I told my husband to step out, to, you know, and then I was just going to record saying nobody's in there. When I was doing that, saying nobody's here, nobody, you know, in this room, they want me to do an appointment. We came all the way from Bakersfield to go there. And with my daughter. We didn't go there, you know, and then after that, the security guy comes up, you know, starts coming at me. And I didn't even say to him, stop harassing me, you know, move. He had nothing. He should have just assured, because that's all he's supposed to do, just look and move on and call. I'm the one that told him, because he wouldn't stop. I told him, I want you to call the police, so they could make me a report, so that, because they refused my service. So then what does he do?
All of this information is what you can tell the court.
Oh, no, yeah, I'm going to submit. Okay. And how can I get the report? Because we have no report. Oh, and another thing. The cop that I spoke that supposedly wrote you this report, I have it recorded. He doesn't know that everything's for evidence that he was recorded. I told him too. I wasn't interrupted because he goes, what were you doing if you didn't want to receive your papers? I told him very clearly, if I went to the police station, they have to receive my papers, and that's it. And just put receive, and it doesn't mean you're liable of anything. And then I told him too. I said, look, my hand was bad. So the ambulance picked me up where the doctor said they assaulted me. I have all the medical records. I have pictures. So I was from right there taken to the ambulance. And you see, I never received.
Let me explain to you.
Mm-hmm.
That information is what you would need to tell the court. What you are calling our office to get information. What do you need from us?
Okay, I need the case number. I need the police report.
No, there is not one. It's the violation number. There is no case number attached to this.
Okay, where do I get the police report, and where do I get the rest of because they're going to have to bring witnesses. I don't know who I did this to or what. I mean,
I can give you the number to that agency where the ticket's generated. You can ask them if they have recordings and whatnot.
Oh, no, we already submitted to the IRS. Yeah, we already submitted. No, but
Sorry?
I know, but where do I get this report that the cop wrote with no righteousness? And he said that I wasn't being arrested, because I told him, take me and let's do what we have to do now. He said it right there. So I have it. I have the evidence. I have everything that has happened. My husband went back after we left. Well, the ambulance took me, he picked me up. We went to another. He went back and asked them, I want a FOIA, and plus the papers that failed because of what the security did with no no justice with what he did. He didn't wait for the federal cop to come.
I understand all of that. Where would you like for this violation here, where would you like this report to be sent?
Well, I want all the reports for all the violations, because like you said, there's a lot, and they just put all different ones in different spots. So I will like.
Again, where would you like them
Oh,
to be
to
sent?
the same address you just sent it, that's where I resigned, it's 3425 Parsley Lane, Bakersfield, California, 93309. And another thing, who's gonna be on the 9th, who's gonna be the judge? Because it doesn't have what courtroom will I be in, and what judge will it be?
Okay, so on the notice, it does say that it is a 6th-floor courtroom.
Yeah, the 6th floor,
The judge is going to be Honorable Stanley Boone.
Stanley, but okay. And then I had another question too. How can I, because my daughter has school she's homeschool. I told you, me and my husband, my son, he works, so I'm the only one that takes care of my daughter while my husband goes to work, and she's home. Can I, because she's on vacation, she starts on this, can we extend the court date to the 6th something, or after the 29th of May?
We can only schedule it to the next available court date, and if it doesn't fall within that time frame, we cannot do it. Hold on, let me see what we have.
And I didn't get no ticket that day. I didn't get nothing. So it's because I was reading on your guys's, for this kind of, there's tickets for this, but then and I was going to ask you, what am I being? Is this a criminal, or is it a?
As of right now, it is just a petty offense.
It's a what?
Petty offense, and the next available court date is July 26th.
July 26th? Oh man. July 26th. It's because my daughter, I just want to make sure she doesn't start, because she goes on vacation on the 24th of May for a month. She's homeschooled, so she's does distance learning here. She has a teacher in the morning that she has to show up at 8:30, and then she has to do her class. And so I'm is that okay if I call back and then do it that way, or that way I can see the schedule, make sure that she doesn't start? Oh, and hold on, let me just write this to make sure. You said July what?
July 26th.
26. And I had another question. July 26. The cop didn't give me any ticket. He left. He never showed back up when they took me before they took me in the ambulance. He just left. He never even gave me a ticket, or I never received that day a ticket. I never received, or did he tell me about any of this? He never came and told me.
Right. He did put in his statement that he was unable to identify Ms. Gil Villalobos during the time of the incident, and he wrote 4 citations, which will be mailed to her address, 3425 Parsley Lane, Bakersfield, California.
That's wrong, because I told him right there what my name was. I told him my name is Avelia Gil. I don't have to identify if I'm not convicted of a crime. What was the purpose? And plus, they had my papers, so they knew my address, because when the security came and grabbed me and did all his assault, my papers fell on the ground, so they never gave it back to my husband. They said they couldn't find it, so they already had my address there as to where I went. My interesting part is that how did they find out where I live if they didn't have my address at that moment? How did they get my address? If they didn't know who I was, because according to him, he didn't know who I was. He didn't know who my husband's name was. He didn't know who I was. How did he get that information? Because
I was that in the letter that I'm going to send you, and I'm only sending you one because it is the same letter for all 4 violations.
Yeah. Okay. Well, when I get that letter here to contest what happened and to prove the truth, because the security assaulted me, and the law that covers security is not. He has no right to. He had to wait for the cop. He had no right to what he did. at all. He didn't wait for the cop. He just went and did what he wanted to do when he was the one that was provoking, when I was gonna leave, and he came at me. It's all recorded. When I said to my husband, I'm just gonna, and then we'll leave. He came at me. I didn't go at him. I didn't, the two ladies were already gone. I didn't talk to me. I didn't talk to them. He's the one that came at me. So he's the one that started the whole, but anyways, I know that you're just, but I just wanted to let you know, just so you be aware as well, just, you know, just because it needs to be known what happened, and I can't wait to see the report and then contest it from there. Oh, and I'm gonna represent myself. I could do that, am I correct? I don't want, yeah, because I don't want no attorney, no nobody. I mean, you know, the things that I'm going to submit is going to be greatness. So they're going to see, because I want them to prove that I am this, you know, and what that guy said something about my daughter. I want him to prove that I am this mom that is just bad, that it's just, you know, they made it seem like I did. Also, the cop asked me, do you have any tickets? I'm like, what is it? I go, what does that have to do with here? No, I don't, I told him. I have nothing. And that's what, I have nothing. I'm 53 years old. I have nothing. Never been stopped for nothing. Nothing in my record. Excellent record. So I'm like, why is he asking me this? What does that have to do with what happened here? He should have told me right there all this stuff. He didn't. Nobody told me, if you don't leave, I'm going to arrest you. If you don't leave, I'm going to give you a trespassing. If you don't do this, no. He just went at me without waiting for so I'm the one that told him to call him, but he couldn't wait for him. When he got there, yes, I screamed, because when he got me, my hand was hurting as bad, and I seen my daughter. My daughter starts crying. She's only 10 years old, very good little girl, dressed nicely, clean, and she screamed, Mom, no, Mom. And I told her, stay there, and that's when I just kind of went like, oh no, like I need help, my daughters. And I screamed, yes, and I said, somebody recorded Spanish and English. I did say that. My husband, they let him go because he didn't do anything. It's all, he goes, you didn't tell me to leave. So it's all recorded. We didn't do anything. They refused to service us, which that's against any federal law and constitution. They're supposed to service us. Just take my paper. And if they want to say that I'm so interrupted, why did you want to meet with me instead of just answering my questions when I was submitting you the letters? I didn't need them to answer me in person. I just wanted them to answer me back in a letter. That way we don't cause any problems to each other. We don't argue. We don't dispute. Everything just is nicely. I send you back. You send me back. Then we'll do the next step. And that's the end of it. They were the ones that wanted it. I didn't want to meet with you. It doesn't say, that's where I'm asking you questions in my letter. That's going to be submitted to what was going to be submitted to them. I will submit it.
Okay, I have your letter ready to be mailed out. Is there anything else that I can do for you?
No, that's about it. Thank you so much, and you have a pleasant, beautiful day. All right, bye-bye.
You too.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.